Hey everyone, it's Emme Hall doing a cameo appearance voiceover here at RoadflyTV. Charlie got a little under the weather on his trip to California driving the 2015 Subaru WRX STI, so I thought I would fill in. Subaru has been active in rally since 2006, so it's really cool that they've offered this car because it's basically a street legal rally car. And we've got a couple of very small differences in style here. This year they've moved the A-pillars forward just a little bit and the mirrors are now located on the door. Now all of that is going to give you, as the driver, better forward vision. We cannot not talk about the big ass wing. Everybody loves the big ass wing on the STI. Somehow the designers have been able to mold this functional piece of equipment and put this huge wing on it, and yet proportionally it still works with the overall design of the car. Subaru has kept the hydraulic power steering from last year. This flat bottom steering wheel feels really good in your hands, and they've given us a sharper and a quicker ratio. Last year we had 15:1, this year it's gone down to 13:1, so your inputs are going to be very, very quick. We've also got some tighter rear suspension with your lateral stiffness up 38% and your front and rear roll stiffness up 24%. In fact, the whole car has got a stiffer structure with use of high-strength steel, but it doesn't add a lot of weight. The STI's got active torque vectoring, so when you're cornering, it's going to apply the brake to your inner front wheel while shooting the torque out to the outer wheel, which really gives you a neutral steering feel. You also have vehicle dynamic control, or VDC, so this kind of controls the brakes to get you out of any over or understeer situation that you might find you in. So basically, the active torque vectoring and the VDC really make you a better driver than you probably deserve to be. What's kind of cool on this VDC is that you do have a multi-mode way of turning it off. So you can have it full on, you know, all your nannies are on, helping you out, making you like our Mario Andretti. Or you can put it in traction mode, when this is really good for circuit racing. So in that, your VDC and your traction control system is gone, but the torque vectoring is still active. Or you can turn it all the way off. Now this is really good for maybe if you're a more advanced circuit racer or if you're stuck in mud or snow. Remember, if you're stuck, you want to make sure that you're getting all the power to the wheels at the same time. Charlie got to drive the launch edition of the STI. Subaru is going to produce 1,000 units of this launch edition. It's got blue trim interior instead of the red trim, and it also comes in the World Rally blue that everyone loves so much. Of course, you've got your gold wheels, the keyless entry and start, and the STI short throw shifter. So all of that is $37,395. Of course, when you get behind the wheel, it is pure driving joy. Now, this car's got the same legendary 2.5-liter engine that they've always had, and you've got a lot of linear acceleration all the way through the torque band. The throttle's a little bit quicker than the WRX and the outgoing STI, and it's also quicker than one of its competitors, the Golf R. Again, you've got some very linear throttle. In fact, it's so linear that you might forget that you're all the way up in the torque band because it just keeps going. It's never bottoms out. When you're on the canyon roads here between Carmel Valley and Laguna Seca, you can really feel that torque vectoring working, really pushing you through those turns. But because of this all-wheel drive, you always feel confident and really planted on the road. One of the great things about this car is it's got these fantastic, huge Brembo brakes. There is absolutely no fade in these. You've got a lot of sure stopping power. They never faded on the track. They never faded out on the road. The tires that come on the launch edition of the 2015 Subaru STI are Dunlop 245/40s R18s. Now, these tires are not only super grippy and fantastic on this car, but also they are not available in the United States right now. When the 2015 STI goes on sale, that will be the first time that you'll be able to get these Dunlops in the States. The cabin of the new STI is pretty quiet, but they've got the engine noise pumped in, so you can still hear that fantastic 2.5-liter engine and those 302 horsepower just really wailing. The ride is a little harsh for non-enthusiasts, but it's perfect for people like us who really want to know that your car is working. I think the only complaint about the way this new car drives is the short shifter, which comes standard in our launch edition. It is really short. It does take a little bit of getting used to, and I think that once you're used to that, especially if you've got this as your daily driver, you're going to find that you really like the short shifter, but it's extraordinarily short, so be prepared for a learning curve there. So there are a few key differences between the WRX and the WRX STI. Now the first, of course, being the engine. The STI, you get a 2.5-liter with 305 horsepower, and in the WRX, it's just a 2.0 with 268 horsepower. The transmission in both is a 6-speed manual, but in the STI it is a close ratio 6-speed manual, which is not true for the WRX. Suspension-wise, the STI gets a high-performance sport-tuned suspension with inverted front struts and revised springs and dampers, whereas the WRX, you just get a sport-tuned suspension. The brakes are a little bit bigger in the STI, and the steering ratio is a little bit quicker in the STI as well. Also, you get 18-inch wheels with the STI versus only 17-inch wheels in the WRX. You get a wing, actually a big-ass wing, in the STI, and there's no kind of spoiler for the WRX. So you do have a few differences here. There is a difference in price. It really just depends on which you feel is going to be the best for you, the higher powered STI at 305 horsepower or the smaller WRX at 268. Both are excellent choices.
As you can see, this thing really flies. I tell you, the 305 horsepower in the STI, so much worth the extra money. I mean, 268 horsepower is nice to have, don't get me wrong, but for 305, you get 305, you get so much more. That's the corkscrew, the famous corkscrew at Laguna, Seca. It's kind of hard to talk and do this. All right, so if you're a true track guy, it seems to me it'd be a no-brainer to go for a full-blown STI over a WRX. Maybe if you never plan on autocrossing or going to the track, you know, you'll settle for the 268 horsepower in the WRX. But for my money, a few $1,000s more, well, I guess it's a little bit more than a few thousand, but you get the 4-piston front Brembos, you get 13-inch front rotors, 12.4 front rear rotors. You've got the wing. I mean, the wing is all about the wing, right? The wing, by the way, I'll look up the exact figures, but it gives you 0 lift. You do have negative lift with the wing, so that's great. A little bit of downforce. This World Rally car comes with a short shifter that is optional at the dealer part counter, so you might want to look into that. But you probably want to drive it, or just go on the forums and see what everybody's saying about it. It is very short and it's kind of fun. Your wheels are 18s. Of course, the World Rally cars, they're only making 1,000 of them. Blue with the gold rims. Got to get them while they're hot. I think April or May they're coming over, maybe a little bit earlier. There are so many controls. There's the sport track mode that I'm in, and also you can lock down the differential. Or if you don't want it to be in full manual mode and you want to have but still have it intervene a little bit just to keep some edge without locking the diffs and the center diff. You can have what's called manual C diff negative, and that lets you basically, that's the best track designation, I guess is what I'm saying. Anyway, that's about it from Laguna Seca in the 2015 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. I'm Charlie Romero for RoadflyTV, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. I wanted to take a break from all the performance-oriented features I've been talking about today, because this new kickback here is new for the 2015 WRX STI. Look at how much room we have right here. And notice that the door detents, there's one almost at 90, making it very easy ingress, egress. But also imagine all the stuff you can fit in here, when you go to IKEA.
I'm not breathing.
Let me see, what else? I don't know, my adrenaline's going right now, so it's kind of hard to explain. The STI comes with, I consider LEDs, headlamps, to be a safety feature. So, again, something that I would opt for.